Hey guys, it's Jess from our podcast, Morning Brew with me and Liz. And I have added one video that was Grief 101, and this is Grief 101.1. Something that's been on my mind lately and something I felt like I needed to share. So, let me tell you something that you may not know about grief unless you've actually been through it, or are far enough through it to have seen it. But our grief keeps going and going and going, and it can go on for the rest of our lives. In fact, it will. It will, because grief is just another form of love, and it shows the love that we had for the person or the animal or the job or the whatever that we lost, and it's love with nowhere else to go. So that's how I define grief. Here's the problem though. People in your life who have not experienced your level of grief don't understand why you're not over it yet. Some people will say something to you 3 months in. Why aren't you better yet? Some people maybe wait a year and say, it's been a year. Why aren't you moving on with your life yet? Like, they don't have a clue sometimes. They don't. And one of the hardest parts about that is it starts making you feel a little bit crazy, because you're like, should I be over this by now? No, you shouldn't. Love doesn't end, y'all. Love doesn't end. Grief is always going to be there. Grief is going to get easier. It will get easier, but it's never going to go away. And you never know when it's going to come around. You've been having a great week, things are looking good, and then it just smacks you in your face. And there you are in bed again, or feeling depressed, not being able to get up and take a shower, not being able to make a meal. And you never know when it's going to happen. You never know. You never know. And the thing is, what we have to do is watch everyone else in our lives just go on with their lives. And it's painful sometimes. And I'll even give you an example. Recently, I went to a family trip. Was primarily my sister's family. Well, it was all of my sister's family, her immediate family, and then me. And I didn't have anybody else there. I didn't have my mom, I didn't have my daughter, I didn't have my husband. So it was their family and me. And I felt so out of place and almost a little unwelcome. And that's probably not fair to them, because they would probably say, of course we welcome you, of course we want you here. But it was very obvious that that's their family and that they have moved on with their lives. They all loved James, my son. They all loved George, my late husband, but they've moved on. It's not constantly in their face. It doesn't sneak up behind them and grab hold of them and knock them to the ground, and it doesn't keep them up at night. It doesn't give them bad dreams. It doesn't do any of those terrible things that happened to us. And it was so apparent while I was there that I was not one of them. And that hurt. That hurt a lot. It's such a paradox. We can't forget them. We can't go on without them in some way, shape, or form. Can we go on? Yes. Yes, we can. You know, I spend a lot of days smiling. I spend a lot of time doing things that I love, like traveling. I spend a lot of time with the people that I know love me. But it's always there. And it's especially there on all those dates. And you know what dates I'm talking about. The anniversary dates, the holidays, the birthdays. It's always there. And it's to the point now where I already know that when my son's birthday comes on September 28th of this year, other than a few people that might post a picture of him on Facebook, I'm really the only one that's going to be grieving him that day. And grieving all that he's lost, and grieving that he would have been 20 years old this year, because their lives have gone on. It's hard. It's hard. What do we do? What do we do? We can't change people. We can't make them miss and love a person the way that we did. It's hard for me to even say that, because I know my family misses and loves him. I know they do. But he wasn't in their life 24/7 the way he was in my life 24/7. So it's easy for them to just kind of pass on by, you know? And that's one of the hardest things to deal with. You have all this support in the beginning, all this love, outpouring of support, like co-workers, friends, strangers even. But it goes away. It goes away because they forget and they go on with their lives. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't, because I don't want anybody to feel the way I feel. I really don't. But it's hard on us watching them just go on with their lives. And you sometimes almost feel like a ghost in the room. Like I felt that way with my family recently. I felt like a ghost, like I didn't belong. I wasn't really a part of their family. And that really got to me, because half of my family's gone. They're gone. So it's sad, y'all. It's sad. But that's Grief 101.1 for you. Something that you really need to know, especially if you're there in the beginning stages of grief. It's going to get easier for you. It will get easier. But you're going to have to do it on your own, because the other people, they're going to go back to their own lives. They're going to go back to their own lives. But this is your life for the rest of your life. So, kind of a sad video, but so much truth to it. And it's something that I've had to come to terms with and accept. I don't love it. I wish it wasn't this way. But it's to the point where my people are the ones that wear that same scarlet letter that I do, the G. They wear a G right here. And you can almost pick them out from a distance, because they act like you. They look like you. They think like you. It makes me wonder, have you ever found that in somebody? I immediately find people that have gone through something traumatic, because there's just something about us that's different from everybody else. We carry ourselves different, maybe look a little bit different, maybe don't say things, maybe hold back on things, maybe we say too much, but we're easy to identify for each other. And those people are the ones that have provided me the most support. And I hope that they think I've provided them support back. So that's Grief 101.1 for you. I've got more coming. I'm hoping Liz will hop on and do some as well. But that's my grief story for you for today. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.